I asked my trunk stylist for a game day trunk because football, and my washing machine is having serious trouble lately. I don't know what its problem is. I might have to like Google that, but every load in the washing machine, whether it's like white t-shirts or towels or sheets, or I washed a single dress yesterday, and everything goes off balance. I'm not sure what's going on. I feel like there's something wrong with the calibration somehow. It's knocking everything wonky. Maybe the drum is loose, I don't know. Point is, I asked my trunk stylist for a game day trunk of white and yellow stuff, because my college colors, well, I say my college, my Georgia Tech is white and gold. So obviously you can't wear gold all the time, so we, you know, wear the yellow jackets, so white and yellow. Never mind. I asked her that, and it came, and it was such a disappointment. Like, it was such a disappointment. I didn't even want to film it. It was such a disappointment. It wasn't even so horrendously awful that it would have made good content. It was just disappointing. So I sent everything back. I packed everything back up and sent it, dropped the trunk off yesterday and checked out, and she said she'd send me a follow-up trunk. But I don't know if I really care. You know, I had more luck at Anthropologie in 30 minutes than I had with that trunk. And things were cheaper. I know they fit. Obviously I like them. I don't know. It's just, I'm wondering if I just need to start doing hauls from stores rather than the Trunk Club stuff. But then I don't know. I don't know. We'll figure it out. What was I trying to say? Oh, I have very little time this morning. It's gonna be a long day. I've tried to cram like 2 weeks worth of work into 1 week. Well, a week and a day, because we have Monday off as well because of Labor Day. So and then I had vacation, and then I had the trip to Charlotte. So I'm operating on a very, very tight schedule the rest of this week. But I'm gonna go out and get a green tea to sort of reset my mind. And then the only other thing I have to get today is cat food. And I don't think I have to get that today. I could probably get that tomorrow. So that could be my tomorrow outing, is cat food. Because I think I'll have 30 minutes for lunch tomorrow, but I don't have that today. So I'm gonna book it, because I gotta be back here in 30 minutes to sit down and get everything ready to go. So yeah, that's really what I was trying to do. Just update you that I'm kind of bummed about the trunk, which seems silly now that I've said it out loud. So I've got bed office today because this one won't get out of that thing. But I picked up his noms today, and they have come out with a treat variety of his no bleeding intestines noms. So I'm gonna they're crunchy, so they're not gonna fall apart like his regular treats, which are just dehydrated meat. So I'm gonna put these in treat mouths and see how that goes. Currently, he is unimpressed. Oh, I should hang those up. Started opening the bag and he got very interested. So let me hit you in the nose, buddy. Hang on. Oh, is that gonna be good for you? Yeah? Oh, is it good? Excellent. All right, well, here's treat mouse. Not supposed to work very well on the, here. He won't work very well on the bed. You gotta hit him, buddy. No, not me. You gotta hit him. Look. There's one. Can you get it? Are you scared of treat mouse? Don't be scared of treat mouse. Look. Come on. Want to hear something funny? I was getting in the car to go do a morning run before I am trapped in the house for the next 12 hours. And I reached in for my wallet to buy breakfast. No wallet. I was like, that is really weird. Why don't I have my wallet? So I went to Starbucks because phone, and you can pay with your phone, and got green tea and oatmeal instead of the chicken biscuit, which is probably a good thing because it's better for me. But I was like, I don't know what I did with it. And then I remembered I went on a golf cart ride last night and put my wallet and my camera in the little glove compartment bit rather than in my backpack, which I usually do. And so I went back home and I parked and I went around the back side of the house to the golf cart. The back side of the house to the golf cart. And I left the camera and my wallet in the golf cart, just exposed to the world. And it was still there, completely untouched. Nobody messed with it, which reaffirms my decision to live in my town because people don't mess with your stuff. As a rule, people don't mess with your stuff. So yeah, that is how I have started out Thursday morning. Great.
Oh, buddy, did you fall over? Did you fall over? Oh, it's so difficult to be my kitty boy. Yes, it is. So hard.
Okay, all right. You can't have my camera strap. Come on, let me have it. Okay, all right. There we go. Quick belly update because he's showing it off. Look how much better he looks. I firmly believe it's the diffuser. It's all the no stressy essential oil things. Oh, are you gonna fall? Oh, I just couldn't make it any further. Oh, it's just terrible. Oh dear. Oh dear. It was a Remus-y mail day today. I get the dog treats because there's more in the pack and they're the exact same thing as the cat treats. But this is all beef. And then his kitnet box came. Yay! It is a picnic theme, so he got a little bottle of wine and cheese and a squishy mouse and a little wiggle worm, and then this little fun, I think this is the Etsy one. I'm sure that's packed with catnip and deliciousness. I'm gonna bet that this will be his favorite. Remus, you can come in? There he is. Here's my boy. Oh yeah. It's a book. It's a little kitty book. Tale of Two Kitties. And it is his favorite. Look at this. Oh, love the book. Love the book. Oh, and the cheese. Well, I should probably take that off the box. I was wrong. It's totally the cheese that's his favorite. Oh, a dirty foot. Super dirty foot. So dirty. Don't eat your toes, buddy. Eat your cheese. Crazy boy. He's worn himself out now. Although he is gazing. Oh, good boy. I moved my office to the floor because this one has taken over the bed. Oh my goodness, look at you. Look at you, Meow. You are just owning life, buddy. So I'm sitting in my car waiting for a store to open. They open in 3 minutes, and a guy pulled up to me on the phone with his girlfriend in the car, or wife, or whatever, friend, I don't know. And he throws open his door and he slams it, and it's the side of my car. And I look over and I'm like, dude, what? What? And he just keeps moving, keeps talking on his phone. I tell you what, man, I'm so over people. I'm so over people today. I am angrily over people today. If you aren't aware of your physical surroundings, you don't need to drive. You don't need to get out of the house. If you aren't aware that you are impacting other people, don't leave your house. Just don't. It just, you ruin everybody else's day. I probably have a nice dent in the side of my car now because of you jerk. I'm so, just...
Let's go, what you gonna do? Let's go, what? Let's go, what you gonna do? What? Red, buff, angry, what?
So yesterday I spent 10 or 11 hours up at Bernal with the Alpha Gam chapter up there, which is a Mew chapter in case you are curious. And we had a great time, so it's the start of Polish Week up there, and for those of you who aren't Greek, we usually have two events that are scheduled to get ready for recruitment, formal recruitment. The first one is RTS, which is Recruitment Training School, and that's usually used to sort of educate the women in the chapter who haven't been through recruitment before, you know, on this side of things, about how scoring works, how the day flows go, how the potential new members do things, any recruitment rule changes, or, oh my goodness, I didn't realize I had girls in the back seat. I didn't realize I still had a water bottle. What was I talking about? Oh right, okay, so so recruitment training school is usually used for that, and then any craft things that are gotta get done, any decorating, any planning, all that kind of stuff. Recruitment training school is used for that. Then we have a thing called Polish Week that is usually the last few days leading up to formal recruitment, which just puts, like the title says, it just puts the polish on the last bits, like the last bits of conversation tips and what to do when the conversation lags, and the last minute touches on day flows, and you know, getting the house really ready, like getting it clean and sparkly and ready for ready to be a host to the potential new members. Part of Polish Week is usually something called mock recruitment, and mock recruitment is when the chapter invites parents or boyfriends or friends or alumni to come back, and they pretend to be potential new members, so we can get, you basically run through a day of recruitment at mock recruitment. So you can see what it's gonna, so everybody can feel like what it's gonna be when we have potential members in the house, like how loud or how crowded, or we thought we could put 3 people over here, but we really can't. It's gonna have to be 2, and how long the house tours really are gonna take, and stuff like that. So it's just to get like a logistical handle on things. Yeah, that's what mock recruitment is. That's exactly what it is. It's to get a logistical handle on things. So that was part of yesterday. And then we also did a quick run to Home Goods and Hobby Lobby to get some extra bits and pieces to fill in some gaps in the house. So right now, every chapter has a housing association or house association, and a lot of the chapters do that independently, like with alumni working on the housing association. And what they do is they decorate and they maintain and they schedule maintenance, and they take care of things, and they make sure that the women in the chapter are taking care of the house or the space or whatever. But our fraternity has recently started an international version of house association. So rather than having an individual group of alumni sort of manage the house or own the house or whatever, we turn it over to the fraternity, and that's FHA, so that's the Fraternity Housing Corporation. And they do the same things, but they have a lot more weight behind them because they're the international fraternity. So that especially works well. When you're dealing with universities, So if your university owns your house or your chapter space, it can be tricky to put your foot down and sort of demand repairs. You know, universities are big places. They have a lot of things going on. They have a lot of stuff that's got to get done. And sometimes, you know, the leaky sink in the sorority house gets pushed back to the bottom of the list. And when collegiate women are calling and asking, or when, you know, an alum is calling and asking, it doesn't always have as much weight as it should. But if you have a fraternity calling with a bunch of career women whose job it is to make sure your stuff gets done, they can kind of put their foot down and get a little more insistent about it than, you know, the collegiate women can get, because they still have to maintain relationships with the university because they go there. So FHA is just better. It's just better. So FHA took over, and they did a whole bunch of work in our formal room, and you know, some little touches here and there in the TV room. And they are coming back with the plans to do the upstairs study, the downstairs study, and more in the TV room. But it's just gonna take some time to get it together. And we just joined this past summer, so not a lot of time has passed. And so they came down and they sort of got their bearings about the house. So they have a bunch of plans, and they'll get those, you know, we're on the list to get done, which is great. But before all that happens, we have formal recruitment, which means that we've got some gaps in the house that really need to be filled. So we went to Home Goods and Hobby Lobby and just picked out some stuff that kind of went with the direction FHA is going in, and sort of, we got some new lamps for the upstairs study and some little stuff to fill in the cabinet in the TV room. There's a new shelf underneath the TV that's got a couple of shelves that were completely empty. So we decided we were just gonna fill those in. So we ran over and got like acorns and boxes and some, we got, it was Lauren who had the idea. She saw these 10 tiles that were framed in wood that were numbers. So she was like, let's just get 1904, because that was our founding year. I was like, that is a brilliant idea, let's do that. And it filled up the space beautifully. Like, it looked great. We found a golden squirrel, and yeah, so just that little bit kind of pushes it forward. And of course, we'll let FHA know that we did this for recruitment, and anything you don't like, just let me know. I will take it back. It is no big deal, not to the store, but like to me, because obviously we can't take it back because we've used it. But you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to step on anybody's toes, especially because this is their job. This is what they do. They decorate and they do it well. But you know, we had a couple holes that needed to be filled immediately, so we did that. And if they don't like it, then no problem. We'll change it up. We'll, you know, take it out or whatever. So that's great. That's great news. Didn't get home until like 10 o'clock at night. Parrish had got sushi for me, which is really nice. So we had sushi at 10 o'clock at night. And now I am out running some last minute errands and finishing the vlog and hoping that I don't leave the house again unless it's in the golf cart for the rest of the weekend. What? So that was my week. I encourage each other with sweetness and light, and I will see you next Sunday.